ready for a full body 30-minute Mat Pilates workout today. Let's come over to your mats and let's stand facing towards your mat nice and parallel, all 10 toes facing straight ahead. I'm just going to step one foot back into a lunge, reach my hands up to the sky, find that opening at the front of my hips, and then step my feet back together. Other foot back. Feel that nice opening through the front line of your body, and then step it back together. Step back, reach up, find that length through the front part of your body. Shoulders out of the ears. And remember to take this 30-minute workout as time to allow yourself to just be within your body, to be within the moment, to be within the planking once we get there. Good. And take your time as you step back, finding that balance and coordination. Feel that opening through that front side of the body. Let's go ahead and let's layer into this one. So as I step my right foot back, I'm going to pause. I'm going to find stability in my body. I'm going to open my arms out to a T. I'm going to twist and rotate towards my bent leg. Twist back to center, and then stepping back together. Other foot, open the arms, rotate, twist, and then coming back together. Stepping back, open, twist and rotate, center, and together. Step back, reach up, open to a T, twist towards your bent leg, center, and legs together. So just think about deepening into your breath, and think about stabilizing through your lower body as you twist and rotate. Good. Opening up through that front body. Good. Oops. Don't forget to twist and rotate. And then coming back in. Just heating everything up, warming up our bodies. Let's do that one more time to each side. And then on this last one, we'll go ahead and step those feet together. And once your feet are together, nod your chin to your chest, round down through your spine. Bend the knees, let your hands find the mat, and step it back into your plank. And just hold here, relax the shoulders at your ears, focus on the breath, open up through your chest. Think about the back line of your body, so sink your heels back so you feel your butt and your hamstring activate along with those back muscles, helping you to hold into this plank, breathing into it. We're almost there. Good, lift out those armpits, and then step one foot in at a time, and then slowly roll yourself back up. Good, so from here, we're gonna be doing like a curtsy lunge. I'm gonna take my left foot, step it back behind my right, and then I'll reach down towards the floor, and then I'm gonna step together. Other side, so we're gonna alternate. Opposite foot steps back, reaching down to the pinky toe, and then step together. And you don't have to reach all the way to the floor. Feel free to only reach to your knee, if that's better for your range of motion. But think about stepping out to the outside of your mat with your foot. And then remember to find that length in your body as you come back to upright. Good. And think about that leg that's in front, making sure this knee isn't dropping off to the side. So work to keep that foot flat on the floor so the knee stays over the ankle. Stepping side, together, and other side. Still twisting, rotating through our torso, focusing on the breath. Good. And feel that twist of the spine as you move. And also feel that booty engage, so engage that butt to help lift you back up. So feel that butt cheek lift you back up. Beautiful. Let's do one more time to each side. And let's hold over and just little pulses, and breathe. Good, 2 more, and then all the way back up, and other side, and little pulses up and down. All the way back together. Now the chin in the chest, round down through the spine, bend the knees, let your hands find the mat, step back into that plank. Shoulders out those ears, breathing into it. This time, step one foot up to the side, together, other side, and together. Remember, in this plank, feel free to drop down to your knees at any moment. You can do that kneeling plank. But think about using that side oblique and that side thigh to help open that leg out. Deepening into your breath. Almost there. Let's Let's do one more time to each side. And then go ahead and bring those knees down to the mat. Let's go ahead, take those legs out in front of you. Find the length of your spine, stack up nice and tall. And as slow as you can, roll down bone by bone until your head connects. Hands reach overhead, hands back to the sky. Find that crease at your chest line like you're in a crunch, and then slowly roll yourself back up. If needed, on the way down, walk your hands down your thighs. Reach overhead, hands back to the sky, and then just simply walk yourself back up your thighs. So use that as a modification, but again, go as slow as you can on the way down, helping to improve that core strength. Press into your hips and your heels on the way up. Roll it down. Find that crunch, find that crease, the chest line. Good, and we'll add a little fold forward at the top because it feels good. And reaching back. Let's do 3 more of these. Find that length, rolling it back down. And 2 more times, coming down. Good. And then on this last one, let's go ahead and stay down on the mat. So keeping the head down, we're gonna bend just one knee, keep the other leg straight. Grab the back of your left thigh. Feel that even weight in both hips, and then straighten the left leg and bend. Straighten and bend. Find that length and that energy in the thigh as you move. Good. But also feel your butt cheek reaching down, so check in that hip isn't lifting. Let's do 2 more. On that next one, hold that leg up. If you need to for support, hold that leg or keep your knee bent, but otherwise hands at your side. Let's go into a large leg circle. Circle down, around, and back up like your toe is the tip of a pencil. And just feel that femur, that leg bone moving nice and smoothly within the hip. And if it's not moving smoothly, make that range of motion smaller. 3 more. And 1. Holding at the top, and let's reverse, find the other direction. Down, around, and up. Working on the stability of the torso so nothing moves besides that leg. Deepening into your breath. Filling those hips evenly on the mat. Let's do 3 more. 1 more. And then bend that leg in a tabletop. If your neck is okay today, not the chin in the chest, crease at the chest line, grabbing onto the thigh, pull it into your chest, find that deeper crease at your chest line, and try to imprint and press that lower back down. Bring your opposite foot to a hover, and feel like it's reaching away from you. Pulse this leg in for 2, and then switch. Pulse, pulse, exhale, switch. Inhale, inhale, exhale, switch. Grabbing that leg, pulsing it into your chest, but nothing is moving besides the limbs. Find the length in that leg as it reaches out long. Deepen into that breath, look towards your inner thighs. Five more seconds. One more time to each side. And then go ahead, bring those feet down, lower your head down. Straighten that left leg, take your right leg into that bent position. Let's straighten it and bend. Holding the back of the thigh, straighten the leg and bend. Good. Find that stretch, but also take this moment to find that equal length on both sides of your torso. So shift the hips away from the ribs. Also feel your hips even on the mat. Let's do 2 more. And on that last one, let's hold that leg nice and long, keeping that opposite heel pressing down. Remember, feel free to keep your knee bent or keep holding the thigh. Let's go into those large leg circles. And again, make it smaller if that's better for your body. We are working on that pelvic stability. Inhale, deep exhale. Big inhale, deep exhale. 3 more. And 1 more. Holding at the top, let's go ahead and reverse. Opening out the side, down, around, and up. Good. Everything staying stable. Focus on the breath and take notice if one side feels different than the other for you. Just working out those imbalances. Good. 3 more. And 1. And then go ahead and bend that leg and then take it onto the mat. Bend both legs, hands at your side. And keeping those hips nice and level. Let's go ahead and take one leg up to tabletop at a time. So right leg and then left leg. And there's Ziggy, he's enjoying these. One more time each side, just find that stability of the pelvis, and then we're gonna hold both legs up in a tabletop. Hands down to your side. So moving from the pelvis, we're gonna do a tuck of the pelvis, scoop of the abs to help bring the knees up towards our chest, and then articulate back down. So tuck the pelvis, scoop the abs, articulate up, and back down. So find that control. Remember, momentum's not our friend. Think about pressing your palms into the mat so you activate through the back of the arms, that tricep, to help you stabilize through your body. Good. And this is gonna help build more strength for our moves, such as our rollover and jackknife. So finding more control in the movement. And again, you know, you don't have to lift your butt up super high. It could be a small range of motion. Let's do 3 more. And 1 more. And then holding those legs in tabletop, take the hands behind the head, elbows wide, shoulders out of the ears. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, lift into a crunch. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift up and back down. Almost feel like your armpit, the back of the armpit, is also helping to assist you lifting to that crunch. Feel like your ribs slide down toward your pelvis to help you lift. Let's do 2 more of these preps, and if you need to, just keep your head down. Let's hold up into that crunch, going into our crisscross. I'm gonna rotate to my right leg as my left leg goes straight, and then I'm gonna switch. So alternating side to side, but again, keep the elbows stable. So I'm not drawing my elbow in towards my knee. I'm actually working to bring my opposite rib to my opposite hip. Still find that length like you're hitting a doorbell with your toe every time that leg reaches out. Deepening into that breath. Beautiful. Let's do 1 more time each side. And then coming back through center, slowly lower the head back down. Take your feet onto the mat. Let's tuck the pelvis, articulate up into a bridge, and then soften at your sternum, slowly peeling down bone by bone. Take your time, tuck the pelvis, scoop the abs, articulate up, and then slowly peeling that spine back down. Think about pressing evenly throughout that whole foot. So weight in the heel, ball the big toe, ball the pinky toe, and only rolling up to about your shoulder blades, so you feel your shoulders on the mat, and then peeling back down. And in both directions, think about length of the spine, like your pelvis, your thighs are being pulled across the room. Just helping to find that length throughout our movements, and again, deepen into that breath. Let's do 2 more. Good. And 1 more. On this next one, let's go ahead and hold down. And as you hold down, let's take your left leg up to the sky. If you need to, keep that leg bent, but otherwise straight leg, pressing into the opposite right foot, and flat back bridge, lift up, flat back lower, flat back lift, and lower. Good. We're gonna keep those hips even. Feel like your left toe is trying to point or touch the same spot in the ceiling every single time. Good. 3 more. 2. And on this next one, let's go ahead and hold that lift, good. And then lower that leg down just till it lines up with your right leg, and then back up. So lower only down to your other leg, and back up. Lower, and lift. Keeping those hips lifted, focus on that breath. Weight in the shoulders, lengthen your neck. 5 more. 2. And then hold that leg lifted, hold it up, little pulses to the ceiling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower that butt back down. Let's switch legs. So find that centered position with both feet, and then take that right leg up to the sky. Remember, feel free to keep it bent if that's better for you. And flat back lift and lower. Flat back lift and lower. Good. Think about that even weight in your shoulder blades. We're going to keep that pelvis nice and level. Good. Deepen into your breath. And 3 more. And let's hold that lift, hold it. Lower down just till you meet your other thigh, and then kick it back up. Lower down just till you meet that left thigh, and back up. Lower and lift. Work to keep those hips evenly lifted. Engage into your glutes, into those butt cheeks. Deepen into your breath. Find that control, find that length. 5 more. And 3, 2, hold that leg lifted, little pulses up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly lower it back down. Good. Lengthen those legs out to straight. Reach those hands up and overhead. Reach the hands back to the sky. Now the chin to chest, crease at that chest line. Let's hold here for a second and lower back down. Hands reach the sky, down towards your hips as you lift up into that crunch. Good, creasing at that chest line, and then lower it back down. Let's do that for 3 more. Lift up, find that crease at your chest line, reach towards your toes, and lower down. Feel like you're pressing a bar with your hands, so you activate the back of the armpit to help you lift. And on this next one, we're gonna go all the way up. So find that crease, press into your hips and your heels, and slowly all the way back up to upright. Scoot yourself forward. So once you're forward, bend those knees, grab the back of your thighs, rock back behind those sit bones so you find your balance. Shoulders at the ears, scoop the abs. Good. Legs can always be wider, that's gonna be a little easier. So feel free to hold this position or roll back to your shoulder blades and then roll back up. Roll back to your shoulder blades and back up. And feel like you're pressing on the back of the thighs into the hands to help you come up. So feel the booty kind of activate to help you lift. And only rolling back the shoulder blades, never onto the neck. Good. Find that control. Let's do 5 more of these. See if you can stay centered in your mat or centered wherever you ended up. Just keep going on that line. 3 more. Scoop the abs, so the abs control the movement along with the back of the thigh. 1 more. And then holding upright, let's hold upright. Make sure I'm still here. Good, shoulders out the ears. Straighten the left leg, bend, and then the right leg, and bend. Straighten and bend. So feel like your ribs are lifting out of your hips, but then tuck the pelvis. Good. Relax the shoulders. Deepen the breath. And feel free to stay here, otherwise 1 more time to each side. And then we're gonna hold onto the thigh a little bit higher and the other thigh, and just hold in this position, shoulders at the ears, focus on the breath, find that length, point the toes, shoulders at the ears for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and then slowly bring those feet back down. Let's turn sideways. So I'm gonna take my hand onto the mat. I'm gonna come up on my knees first. I'm gonna lean over to my side, take my other leg out. So I have my left leg out. We're gonna get this knee below the hip, but then squeeze your butt cheek to draw that hip forward. And then try to line your hand up below the shoulder with that length in your spine. Top hand could be at your hip, it could reach the sky, or come behind your head. So whatever feels better for you today. Let's lift that outside leg up and back down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. It doesn't have to be a big lift. Feel free to make it smaller if needed, or you can just hold this position with your foot on the floor if needed. So honor your bodies. Keep engaging that bottom butt cheek to help hold those hips forward. One more. Let's go ahead, hold that leg down. We're gonna twist and rotate towards the floor, and then twist and rotate up to the ceiling. Twist, rotate to the floor. Twist, rotate to the ceiling. Squeeze into that bottom butt cheek. Draw that hip forward. 3 more. Opening up to the ceiling. And 2. Good. 1 more. And then coming through center, let's lay flat on that side. So coming all the way down, let's bend both knees. And I'm gonna rotate internal, so I'm spiraling my thigh in, and then my ankle is gonna be facing up. So knee to knee right now, and then I'm gonna kick up and back, and then knee to knee. Kick up and back, and knee to knee. Kick it back, lengthen through that leg, and then tap it back down. Good, keeping that ankle lifted, just tapping the knees together. Think about that length in your torso, and of course, deepen into that breath. And reach it out long, and bring it back in. Reach it long, and bring it back in. Find that length as that leg goes out. Good, deepening into our breath. 3 more. 2. And let's hold it out and just bend halfway in, halfway out. Halfway in, halfway out. So lengthen that leg all the way straight, but then only bend halfway in. Lengthen it straight, halfway in. 5 more. Good. And 1 more. Yeah, kick it back. Bring those legs back in. Set them on top of each other, so ankle and knee hug in. Keeping this hand in front of you, you're going to press and lift up and back down. So just a little up and back down. Press into that tricep, barely lifting through that torso, focusing on the breath. So you want to use your obliques, but also use this tricep in front of you, so that back of the arm. Lifting up and back down, pressing those feet down. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1 more, and then slowly coming back down. Let's press up. We gotta come onto our knees on the other side. So coming upright first, and then lean over. Take that hand on the mat right below the shoulder, lengthen the torso, knee right below the hip, and then taking that right leg out. Remember, your hand could be at your hip, it could be up to the sky or behind the head. And let's lift up and back down with that outside leg. Good, you can also press into your toes on that bottom leg to help support you here, or that foot could be flat. But again, engage with that bottom butt cheek to help draw those hips forward, helping to open up through our hips. Good, find that length in the body. Lift out of this armpit like you're pressing yourself away from the mat with that bottom left arm. 5 more. 3. Good, 2. And 1 more. Bringing that leg back down, so hold stable, twist, rotate towards the floor, and then twist and rotate towards the ceiling. Seeing if you can prevent the lower body from moving. So think about mostly twisting through your rib cage, through your torso, as you rotate. Facing to the ceiling, and then towards the mat. Rotate to the sky, and then back to the mat. Taking your time for 5 more. Deepen into that breath, find that fuller exhale, deeper inhale. 3, and 2. Let's do that 1 more time down. 1 more time, twist and rotate up, coming through center, and then we'll lay onto your side. Good. So once you're on your side, keeping the knees bent, you can have that hand in front of you. And then rotate internal, so spiral this side internal so your ankle's facing up. And you're gonna kick it back, and then knee to knee. Kick it back, and knee to knee. Kick back, and then bring it back in. Good, find that length and that energy in your thigh as you reach back. Almost feel like it's being pulled a little bit further back behind you, but still work on that stability of the pelvis. Deepening into that breath. Let's do 5 more. Good. Feel that glute activate as you lengthen all the way back. 2 more. And then hold that leg all the way back. Find that length, bend it halfway in and all the way to straight. Bend it halfway in, kick it all the way to straight. Halfway in, all the way back. Good. Deepen into that breath. Remember, stabilize through that torso. And we got 5 more. 3, hiya. 2. Good, 1 more. And then bring in that leg back in. So leg on top of the other leg. So keep this top hand pressing into you. You're still holding your head with your hand, and see which side you like better. We're gonna press on that hand, lift up and lower down. Lift and lower. Remember, it's a small range of motion. You should feel your bottom armpit lift off the mat. So it's not a big range of motion, and maybe it's a better range of motion on one side compared to the other. So just finding that position. And use this top arm to kind of press on the mat, so you're using that tricep to help to get you up a little bit higher. Or just to help, with that range of motion for 5 more. Good. 4, almost there. 3, 2, and 1 more. And then lower it back down. Let's flip over onto your bellies. Good. So once we're here, let's take both hands overhead. We're going to start with a slow swing. So relax the shoulders away from the ears. Let's take your right hand, left leg, lift it up, and then switch. Opposite arm, opposite leg. So relax the shoulders. You're just kind of gently lifted with your upper torso, but mostly down. Pubic bone down, abs are engaged. We want that transverse to kind of kick in. So as your limbs lift, imagine that you're tightening your belt. Feel like your hip bones hug in towards your belly button, and that belly button lifts the spine. Nice slow swim. But as you lift, find that length. Feel like your limbs are being pulled away from each other. So find that energy as you reach away. And again, deep into that breath. And take notice if you're kind of swaying side to side, doing our best to keep everything stable, just moving through those limbs. Lifting with the back of the shoulder, and then think about your butt cheek and hamstring, helping to lift to the thigh. Let's do 1 more time to each side. And then once you're even, we're just gonna stand on one side only. So we're gonna just do my right hand and left leg, lift it up and back down. So just that one side, no more alternating, just that one side. Good. Still staying centered in the torso. Find that length for 5, 4, good, 2 more, and hold it up and little pulses up, little pulses up. Good, find that length, feel like your hand and your leg are being pulled away from each other for 5. Good, 2 more, and lower it back down. Let's do that to your other side. So your left hand, right leg, lift up and back down. Remember, find that length like your limbs are being pulled away from you. Good. Deepen into that breath. Shoulder away from the ear. Five more. Good. 2. And let's hold that, let's hold it, and those little pulses up. Little pulses up on that side. Good. Keeping that torso stable for 5, 4, 2 more, and lower back down. Now everything lifts and lowers, everything up and back down. Good, deepen that breath, and again, still think about your limbs being pulled away from each other. Relax the shoulders away from those ears for 5. 2 more. Hold it up and let's swim. Opposite arm, opposite leg for 5. And then lower it back down. Press up onto your hands and your knees. And then just look over your right shoulder to your right hip, and look over your left shoulder to your left hip. So just laterally flexing that spine, side to side. And then 1 more time to each side so you're even. Coming back through the middle. Let's round like a Halloween cat looking towards your inner thighs. And then extend, open up the chest, reach the tailbone to the sky, and round. We're going to feel each bone of the spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head move. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Coming back to your center, and then take 1 foot back at a time if you can, finding your plank, sink those heels back. And then see if you can step 1 foot in towards your hand at a time, with your knees bent, let your spine hang heavy. And then slowly, bone by bone, moving from the pelvis, take your time as you round your spine back to upright, rolling those shoulders back. And then big arm circle, inhale, deep exhale. Holding those hands up to the sky, take your left hand, grab your right wrist, and lean over to your side, giving that wrist a little pull. Feel that stretch through your side body. Coming to the other side. Back through center, circle those arms back, roll those shoulders back. Big inhale, feeling gratitude for yourself, taking time to move today. I hope you guys feel amazing.